Let's go ahead and start standing. I always like to start standing when we do our midday mini practices because that takes us down. And it's not like we're just fresh out of bed, so we meet ourselves kind of midway in the middle of the day. So find your Tadasana, your feet rooted and planted, pelvis neutral, and knees soft. You might rest your hands on your belly or on your heart. And just take a few moments to notice your breath. And perhaps your breath is a little bit more rapid in the effort to arrive. Perhaps it's not quite smooth yet. And that's okay too. Feeling your weight perhaps shift into the heels of your feet a bit might help you ground into this moment. There's also real benefit to being on the four corners of your feet. Let's take some sun breaths. Soften the knees, lift through the arms. Maybe the head looks up. Bring the hands down with, again, another soft bend of the knees. Exhale. Inhale up and over. Exhale, soften down. Doesn't have to be a big bend. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to lift up to your tippy toes on that inhale. Check in and see how that feels. Maybe two more here. Good. The hands come to rest at your heart and just seesaw the ear. And if that feels at all threatening, then use the shoulder to kind of bump the head back up. Let it fall. Notice, and then rise. And the hands can stay right here, or you can even bring them to rest on the back side, just giving them a little bit of an ease in the shoulders. Good. Head comes up right, and then we're going to swivel the head from side to side. Good. One more time. And then back to center. Take a big sun breath up and over once again. At the top, one hand holds the opposite wrist. Lengthen it up, more up than over. Root down through that foot. And soften. Same thing, second side. So just reach up, pulling with that lead arm. Root down through the lead foot. Good. And relax. Let the hands come together. Forearms might even press, or just rest your elbows by your side body. Intertwine the fingers if it's comfortable. We're just going to lubricate through the lower arm and the wrist. Good. And then some circles. Sometimes this is a bit of more of a figure 8 or loosey-goosey. And forth, or at least make sure that you get both directions. Good. All right, elbows by your side, palms float up. On the inhale, take those arms out. Feel the shoulder blades pull in and down. On the exhale, swivel the hands back. And inhale. And exhale. Match your movement of the breath with the movement of the arms. Similar concept. Now bring the forearms as close together in front of you as you can. Now you're going to peel open. Inhale, lift from the heart. Squeeze through the shoulder blades. And then gentle rounding. So you're really just focusing on the shoulder blades here as you spread the shoulder blades. Bring those elbows perhaps to touch. And then again, inhale and open. Now the height of the elbows is what's comfortable for your shoulders. But we're looking for them to be a bit easing on the deltoid, the top of the shoulder. Two more. Let's shake that all about. Do a little rebounding. Just shake it out. Notice what you're noticing. I'm noticing I have a frog in my throat. All right. Let that move right into your empty coat sleeves. The arms swivel, the back foot lifts to protect that knee. And then that might move right into some backup dancer with that shoulder and elbow circle, sassing through that hip. All right, balancing on one leg. Take the other leg behind you and just flex that knee. Again, that standing knee is soft for now. And then take that whole hip into some circles. Use your hands if that leg feels particularly heavy today. And maybe 4 or 5, and then reverse. And then touch the foot down behind you and roll over and around the ankle. Right, so we're trying to get the top of the toenails as well as the digit side, and rolling and flopping so that all of those bones get lubricated. And then reverse it. And shake it out. Moving on to the second side, let's start with the ankle. And then reverse that. Good. And then bend and straighten through the knee. Good. And then into the hip circles. Again, try and keep that standing knee soft here. Good, and pause. Give a little shake it out, hippie work. All right, a warrior one pose. So 1 foot forward, second foot is back, generally on some kind of railroad tracks. Front knee stacks over the knee, as much bend as you want. We're going to take those arms once again to open up on the inhale, close on the exhale. Good, open and close. Two more. Good. And then step it together and take the other side, right? So I'm just going to pivot around. Find that warrior one, so your soft bend in the front knee. Back heel is up or down. This time the arms are going to reach up and pull back and down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale back and down. Last one here. ahead and come back up to stand once again. All right, we're coming on down. Take a big old sun breath up. Both hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down. Let them rest at the top of the thighs as you bow through that hinging of the hips. Long spine, press down through the heels, reach to the crown, take a breath. Exhale, slide lower. Again, next inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, press down through the heels. Reach to the bum and let it go. One more time, just like that. Press down, support from the hands, press out, and release. Good. Make your way down to hands and knees. If it doesn't work for you, you are welcome to take any variation of standing, of reclining. Arms a little longer for our spinal floss. Take just a few breaths as you rock forward and back. You want a blanket or a foam pad if you want. They're in the closet. Good. So after a few of those rocking Hanuman or back and forth, we're going to take that into the puppy play. So one arm is going to reach long, dip that shoulder towards the floor, swivel the head to look up towards the sky. And then press down in reverse. So now the opposite arm walks long, dip down with the shoulder and the armpit, swivel the head towards the sky. Good. Same thing. Now we're moving on to a second variation. So the hand can go out towards the corner. We're going to change the angle of that stretch into the armpit and the chest. Back up. Same thing, second side. And back up. And then now we're going to cross. So my right arm is coming to the left corner. And the hand can be rolled up or down. We're just looking to get that stretch through the latissimus dorsi. A little bit more into the outside of that shoulder and armpit. Back up. And again, second side. And back up. Now, coming to that first side, we're going to come back to that kind of goddess or cactus. Peel open with a bent elbow, please, so as to not torque the shoulder. And then tuck and thread that arm horizontally, right? So it's coming perpendicular to the torso. And take 2 or 3 of those, lifting up and rolling under. Your head and shoulder should land on something, if that's the bolster, the block, or the earth. One more time, up and open. Tuck and thread. And pause here. Now, for those of you who are fully supported on the floor, you might even like to extend. So my right arm is under. You might extend your left leg out. Just getting a little bit of a variation. You could even come to hover if you want a little more work right here. Go ahead and release that leg if it's lifted. Bring that long arm back underneath the shoulders to unwind, peel open. And close. Good. Cat and cow right here. Pull the heart through, squeeze the shoulder blades, bend the elbows. And then round and lift from that mid-back region, right between your shoulder blades, just a bit below. Take yourself back and forth with breath. Nice. All right. Taking to the second side. Again, this is our threaded needle, so you might rest a hand on the shoulder. You might work from that unfurling. Open it out. Keep those elbows and shoulder blades in. Tuck and thread. Reach that arm across. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, tuck and thread. Third time, or maybe your fourth time, you're going to pause with that threaded arm. Find the support. Maybe that's reaching long through the opposite side body. But let your breath help you find just enough effort. Well done. As you are releasing to come on out. And back to that cat and cow perhaps. Or my preferred variation here is to walk the knees to one side. So I walk my knees to the left and set my right hip down. Now the hands might need to adjust so that they're under the shoulders, but taking a few mermaid cat and cows here can be really nice set up for the mid and low back. Good. And then you can either lift your hips and reverse or walk your hands around, switch, and bring them all to the other side. So now I've got my left thigh down. Again, hands squared under the shoulders so that the arms are helping to hold the weight of my body as I rock in and out or front and back from that pelvis to open and close through the thoracic spine, the shoulder blades, the ribs. In other words, don't let this all be about your neck. It's not as necessary to bend and straighten the neck in that way. We already do that. Good. All right, let's find our way onto our back body. So as you turn, you can feet towards me or head towards me, whatever's easiest for you. You're going to lower yourself down. Adjust for comfort. And then we're going to box the elbows and stand the feet to rock knees and elbows in opposite directions. Inhale through center. Exhale to the side. Good, even that out. And come back to center. Now if you need a little bit of rest, you don't need permission from me, but you might just place a pillow or block underneath your sacrum and let this be a bit of an inversion for you. If you've got the energy and you want to play with some strengthening, press into the feet, press into the upper arms, lift the hips up to your bridge. Take a breath at the top and lower back down. Take a breath at the bottom and relax everything. Exhale, press through shoulder blades, press through feet as you lift those hips up. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. Inhale and rest. Exhale to repeat. Effort. Press down to lift up. Inhale at the top. And exhale down. Good. One more time. You are welcome to hold here at the top for a bit of extra endurance. Well done. Lower yourself down. And jackknife. Right knee comes in. Hold your thigh, shin, knee, or whatever you can reach. And slide the left leg along. Maybe you want to circle the ankles or sway out that hip. Then go ahead and stand that left leg again and just take the right foot up and down to the sky. Good. Set down the right. Feel. Bring in the left. Extend down the right. Maybe circle the ankles or swivel the hips. And then standing that right foot, kick the left leg up and down. Good. All right, both legs go up to the sky. Reach, just like we did in that fold when we were standing. Reach to the heels of your feet, reach to the crown of your head. And then exhale and soften. Inhale and reach. Exhale and soften. Inhale and reach. Last one, inhale, reach. Soften and hands hold the thighs outside, inside, or all the way down to the instep or big toe. Happy baby pose. Let the legs maybe perhaps play a bit, whether that's lengthening and bending, whether it's in tandem or together, what feels good for you. And then once again, bring the knees together. Let the arms suspend the drop of the feet on the inhale. So the elbows straighten. And then pull from your navel as the knees pull in and the elbows soften. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and set your feet down to the earth. Walk them out. Take the arms overhead in a big, long reach from hands to feet. Maybe even stretch right side. So stretch left side. And then opposite side. So right leg, left arm. And right arm, left leg. And then soften. Maybe the hands rest on your belly. Maybe the feet come to stand and knees lean in. If there's any other shapes that your body is asking for, now is the time to personalize your conclusion of practice before you settle into Savasana, your resting space. Remember, there's no requirement other than we encourage the breath. So if you want to prop underneath any part of your body, right, prop that part, right? Let that be a lift of support. To help open the heart, you might like a vertical lifting bolster or a horizontal underneath the shoulder blades. The more that we can bring the ears and shoulders into alignment with a neutral spine, the more we have not only ease in our work, but also in our breathing. So just notice where you might be enabling or where you may just need to hold yourself in ease. Notice what you're noticing right now. Is it in the body? Is it in the mind? Is it outside this room or this practice? Just notice what you notice. And trust that in the noticing, you will gain clarity and a sense of what's next in your alignment. And that might include those of you who are at home to linger a little longer in your savasana, unless the day beckons you to return, to move back into the day. And if so, then gently move your fingers, your toes, rock your head, maybe even your knees. Shrug your shoulders or reach through your limbs. And then finding your way over and back upright to close this practice. When you return, take this blessing with you. May you breathe deeply and move freely, labor lovingly, and live vibrantly. May you be well. Namaste. Well done.